Hello dear students. Since last few lectures we are dealing with some of the literary part, literature work we are dealing with. We have seen some of the poems and two lessons. Now before we could move on to the next, let's see on your screen. See LSRW. I know you people are aware of it. These are the 4 skills of language learning. If you want to learn any language effectively, these 4 skills should have been there. So it is a set of 4 capabilities that allow an individual to comprehend and produce spoken language for proper and effective interpersonal communication. These skills are LSRW means listening, speaking, reading and writing. Now see, there is one diagram. It shows how they are interrelated: listening, speaking, writing and reading. So all these skills are interrelated with each other, out of which first 2 skills we can get at home even before we go to school. Which are they? Yes, they are listening and speaking. But for reading and writing, we need to attend schools. Now, one more important factor. Now today we are going to focus on writing skill, and from your textbook there are certain writing skills given. The 3rd section of your textbook is about writing skills. They are 6 different type of writing skills are given. Summary writing, then mind mapping, 3rd one note making, statement of purpose, drafting a virtual message and group discussion. So we will see these writing skills one by one. For today's lecture we are going to focus on writing skills. In writing skill there is one subsection, you can say, summary writing. Summary writing, as you said, as you have seen first part 3.1. Now summary writing, every one of us is aware of it, but for the first time in your textbook we are going to study it in detail. What do you mean by summary writing and what is the importance of summary writing in your examination? See, summary writing, weightage in the question paper. Now as you know that we are doing all these things for marks. These marks are very important for us, and the weightage of summary in your board examination is of 3 marks. Total 3 marks. Into bracket you can see 1 plus 2. Now what is 1 and what is 2? 1 mark for title and remaining 2 marks for the summary. Now are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? Even before you attempt the question, you can have your 1 mark in your pocket. Yes, by thinking on the suitable title for that content. The summary writing should be written in 1 single paragraph. This is the most important thing of summary writing. Doesn't matter how good your summary is, if you are writing your summary in 2 or 3 paragraphs, no one will count that. No one will give you the mark. Even sometimes you won't get the marks for title as well if your summary is that much wrong. So 2 things you have to remember even before you write anything in summary section. First one is the title, and second, your summary has to be there in a single paragraph. Now even that single paragraph should be very brief. 6 to 8 sentences, not more than that. Are you getting? 6 to 8 sentences, not more than that. Now see, in writing skill, in your textbook, section 3, as we discussed, 3.1 it is. Now see, some of the icebreakers are given for summary writing. The definition is given obviously. What do you mean by summary? See, a summary is a record in the reader's own words that gives the main points of a piece, such as a newspaper article, a lecture, a passage, a chapter, or even a whole book. Yes. So this is what the summary is about. That is the definition of summary. Now, see, what I want to say is this. Just imagine you have watched a movie. Now we will try to understand the summary, the meaning of summary in another words. Just imagine you have watched a movie yesterday and today you are going to describe that movie to your friend. So how much time do you take to describe that movie? You describe 2.5 hour movie within 10 to 15 minutes. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. You describe the movie to your friend which is of 2.5 hours within 10 to 15 minutes. So that means you did the summary of that particular movie. Yes, you have just done the summary of that particular movie. Now let's analyze what you have done while summarizing the movie. You have got the every single yet important detail regarding the movie. It includes the title of the film, actors, the storyline, how many songs are there, out of which one is good, and all that. So this is first point. Second point, you were brief in your analysis. Yes, you avoided extra detail, you were to the point, and you were brief in your analysis of that particular movie. Third point, you have avoided the unnecessary details. You're not talking about the scenery, and the people around the main actors. You were less bothered about them. You were focused on the important points, important characters, and the theme of the film. You have dropped examples and other unnecessary dialogues. Yes, you did not give any example or any dialogue from the film unless and until it is that much important. Yes. So one and all, the moral of the story is this: you are good at summary already. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? You are already good at summary. Now the thing is this: you are doing this in your board examination for 3 marks, and there are certain different small different things which you need to analyze, and that is what we are going to learn today. Now if you see icebreakers, certain questions are being asked. See, first one, discuss in pairs and guess the correct alternative of the following. First one, to summarize means 4 options are given: to put information in chronological order, to recapitulate the main points in selection. The third one, to introduce new information, and fourth one, to write one's opinion about selection. And think on it. Second question is this: the type of summary that consists of a paragraph to express the main idea is dash dash. 4 options again: outline, report, synopsis, and written summary. So all those things are there. Just think on it. And see the next one. Next one is about, there are various ways of incorporating other writers' work into your own writing. Yes, there are various ways to summarize, to paraphrasing, or precise writing, quoting, editing, gist writing, etc., etc. All those things have been discussed on page number 135. Answers I have already given to you. Just go through it, and without wasting time. For example, we will take one example only. See, summarizing means what? Summarizing is, it includes main ideas into one's own words. Yes, the way you describe the movie, you did not use the actual sentences from the film. You describe that movie in your own words. That means you did that summarizing. So summarizing is what? Option E is given. It includes main ideas into one's own words. Remaining things are there to see. You people can go through it. Answers are already provided by me. You can go through it. A definition is given here, or the theme of the summary is given here. What is the moral of summary writing? Brevity is the soul of wit is one of the countless maxims coined by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare said brevity means shortness, conciseness, is the soul of wit. So whatever you want to say, say it in brief. Don't use too many words. Don't use too many sentences. Be brief. Brevity. In short, it is relevant to speaking as well as writing. Yes, whatever you are doing, whether you are speaking or writing. See, there are two type of people we generally come across. Some people, they are very brief in their words. They are always choosy with their words, their sentences. Not many words they will utter, not many sentences they will utter. And some of the people, they are talkative. They are with so many words, they are with so many sentences. But first type of people are always adored by the people who are appear to be thoughtful. Be brief but to the point. So this is what the moral of the thing. So brevity is concision is the cutting brevity or concision is the cutting out the unnecessary words while conveying an idea. It aims to enhance communication by eliminating redundancy without omitting important information. Yes, you are not supposed to omit any important information. See, you are making something short, it doesn't mean you can avoid anything, you can cut anything, you can omit anything. Important information has to be there. Just take an example. If you are talking about, let's say, about any film, and if you forgot to mention who is the hero or the heroine of the film or the actors of the film, then there is no use of that analysis, as you can say. So, some things are very important. You need to carry with them only. Summary writing is one of its kind that has been described as one of the elementary principles of writing. Yes, the person who can command on this thing, summary writing, can do wonders in his or her education. Summary writing, note making, these are some of the skills which you need to get command on. To speak what is required and to write what is necessary is a requisite towards the development of language skills. It is important to be brief in written expression. Yes, it is very important to be brief in written expression. In some of the students, they are always in thinking that if they can add some supplements to the answer sheet, they will get good marks. But believe me, this is the false idea. Most of the time, I have seen many of the papers in my last 12-13 years career where students are adding too many supplements but are getting less marks because supplements won't give you marks. For examiner, matter is what important. So, matter does matter. To express in brief the main points of a written record is the summary writing skill and that can be developed by practice. Yes, you need to have some practice to develop summary writing. Summarizing has a definite purpose. Yes, it has definite purpose. The purpose of summary is to give the reader a clear, see what is the purpose, a clear objective picture of the original text. Most importantly, the summary restates only the main points of a text or a lecture without giving examples or details such as dates, numbers, or statistics. Last two lines are very important. Just focus on that. Summary restates only the main points of a text or a lecture without giving examples or details such as dates, numbers, statistics, etc. etc. Now some of the don'ts and some of the do's are given here on this particular page while writing summary. See, some of the do's are here. Read and reread the passage. At least 2 times you need to read the passage. And if you are reading, you need to understand it. Second point, understand. Third, read the instructions. Now, instructions are always important. What kind of instruction is given? Most of the time, it has been observed by me that most of the students, they do write summary in a nice way, but they forgot to give the title, and so that they lose 1 mark, which was there already with them. But you have to read the instruction of the question paper. If there are some instruction, you need to follow them, and title is one of them. Suggest a suitable title. This is what the instruction is always there in examination. Means they have given a separate mark for apt or correct title. Don't forget this. And as I said, summary has to be there in one single paragraph. These two things you have to remember. Title and a summary should be there in single paragraph. See, third one, read the instructions, find exactly what you need to summarize. This is again important. You need to get what is important from that particular passage. So many details are given. Some of the details are repetitive. Some of the examples are there. Some of the irrelevant content is there. You need to get what you need to summarize. Means what is important. Identify the main idea through the process of asking questions. You need to ask small questions. What is the passage about? What is the intention behind the passage? Who is the protagonist? What is the central idea of the passage? Such small questions you need to ask to that particular paragraph or the passage, and try to note down some of the things or the answers of those small questions. They will be helpful while framing summary. Form short sentences on your own. Don't write any single sentence from the passage itself. You have to analyze that passage from your own words by keeping the soul of the passage intact. This is again important. You are supposed to frame your sentences, but not irrelevant sentences. By keeping the theme of the passage in your mind, you need to frame the sentences. Then, connect the sentences using linkers. Linkers? Words like, you can frame complex sentences, compound sentences, use of and, but, which, as soon as, not only, but also. You have to use such sentences, because you can club 2, 3 or more than that ideas in 1 or 2 sentences. Remove redundant words and sentences from the key sentences. Yes, unnecessary words should be avoided from the key sentences. Omit details. Don't give any detail for anything. Suppose there is an example of, the passage is about flowers, and they have given some of the types of flowers, and each one is described by the writer in that particular paragraph. Don't give extra detail. Don't focus on that particular details. And last one, but not the least, avoid your own interpretation. See, while writing summary, there is one more difference I would like to tell you. You can comment on the film which you have seen, that whether you like that film or not. But while writing summary, don't do that. You are not supposed to do that, because in summary writing, your own opinion doesn't count. Are you getting? Your own opinion doesn't count. Some of the don'ts, along with some do's, there are certain don'ts. Don't include, exclude, add, comment, or give examples. Now think again. Don't include anything from your own side. Don't add your opinion or something like that. Don't exclude. Whichever is important, you have to get that. Don't exclude. Don't think that this is not important. Don't add from your own side any information, any word, any sentence. Don't comment. You're not there to judge the passage. Don't judge. Don't comment. And don't give examples. Even if you are aware about other examples or examples from the passage, don't give examples. So one and all, we can say that there are certain do's and don'ts. You have to keep all the important points intact and omit or don't take unnecessary details. In short, this is what the thing can be said. Now, let's see one more thing before we sum up today's lecture. So one and all, we talked about summary. Now before leaving, I would like to share a story with you. It is about summary and some moral also in it. Some moral value also is there in this particular story, which I am going to tell you. See, there was a king and he called his advisors. Now listen carefully, the moral of the story and then how to summarize the things. Both are there. A king called his advisors and asked them to write down the wisdom of the ages so that he could pass it on to the future generations as his message. So one day a king called his advisors, his scholars, and he asked them to write something so that he could pass that to the future generations as his message to them. After a lot of work, the advisors came up with several volumes of wisdom and presented them to the king. So they worked, the advisors, they worked very hard. They worked for more than 1 year. They studied so many things and they came with some volumes of wisdom and they presented it to the king. Sir, this is what we have as your message to the coming generations. The king called his advisors and said that it was too long as it carried so many volumes. So he said it was too long and that people would not read it. Be brief. Be brief. Brevity. Are you getting that word which we discussed? Be brief. Go and make it something, in short. Then the king told his advisors that they would have to condense it, short it. The advisors went back to work and came back after 6 months with 1 volume. 7-8 volumes were there. They worked on them. Then they came with 1 volume and they offered it to the king and said, sir, this is what we have done. This is what your message to the coming generations. The king said it was still too long. So they came back again with 1 chapter. See, they started with some volumes. Then they reduced it to 1 volume. Then they reduced it again to 1 chapter. But the king was still unhappy. He said, no, I want it shorter. Again, it was too long. Even 1 page was too long for the king. Now see, this is interesting. It is getting interesting. Finally, the advisors brought back 1 sentence that satisfied the king. So, they were making summary of the things. They started with 7 volumes. The king said, summarize it. They came with 1 volume. Still king was not happy. He asked them to make it brief. Then they came with 1 chapter. Still the king was not happy. Even 1 paragraph was not satisfactory. And at last, those people came with 1 single sentence. So they summarized those 7 volumes to 1 sentence. Now you may be curious to know what was that. See, this was it. He said that if there was 1 piece of wisdom that he wanted to pass on to the generations, it would be the line which was written by those so many scholars. They came to a conclusion that 1 sentence can be equivalent to the 7 volumes of wisdom. And the king was happy and he said, yes, this is what my sentence, this is what my message to the coming generation. And do you know what was that message? The message was, there is no free lunch. I repeat, there is no free lunch. Now you may say, what is the meaning of this line? How to analyze this? I would let you know. See, basically there is no free lunch means that you don't get something for nothing. You don't get something. Without hard work, you won't get anything. You don't get something for nothing. You have to give something, then you will get something. In other words, you get what you put in. If you study, you will get good marks. This is as simple as that. If you don't put much into a project, you won't get much out of it. If you don't study hard, there is no need to tell what will happen. So, If you are putting something, then only you will get something. If you want to get good marks, you have to put a lot of efforts. If you don't want to do anything, then that is fine. So one and all, we can say that the message of the king was, there is no free lunch. One or anyone will not get in his life anything without putting any efforts. And at the same time, we learn how to make a summary from 7 volumes to one sentence. But moral was there. That value was there. So remaining part of the content we will see in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.